Good morning, everybody. Pastor Dave here. I have a question for you. How hard is it to actually listen? You know, God gave us one mouth and two ears, and someone like myself, that's really hard because I'm a talker, and it seems like I have two mouths and one ear sometimes. But how is your listening, and how are you listening to God? Jesus said in Matthew 11:15, "He who has ears to hear, let him hear." Now, he's talking about John the Baptist. He's talking about he as the coming Messiah. He's talking about salvation. He's talking about all these things. But the question we all have to look at ourselves is, how well do we listen to God? You know, you go, well, how do I hear God? I mean, when does he speak to me? Well, he speaks to you through his word, the Bible. And we can't hear him when we're not reading and listening to what he's saying through those love letters, those 66 love letters. A second way that we can hear him is through godly people, people who are living out their life for the Lord. And when they speak, the words that they speak do not contradict the word of God. Another way we can listen is just to be quiet, to sit before the Lord. And we talked about this last week, just to be quiet, just for a few moments. Say, Lord, speak to me. Let me hear what you have to say about whatever it is. These are just a couple of different ways that we can hear God. You know, God speaking to us. So are you listening? Are you listening to what he has to say to you? Is there a big decision you need to make? And are you asking for God's advice in this thing, or kind of doing your own thing? You have some big things coming up in front of you in just a few weeks, maybe in a few months. You know what's happening. Maybe it's corporate stuff that's going on, starting a new business. You have a child that's graduating, or you're having a new child. Are you listening to God about how are we supposed to lead this new family? Or how are we supposed to encourage our teenagers moving off into college and the workplace? Have you been asking God about those things? So let's do something today. This Monday, let's stop. Let's listen. Let's be in the Word of God. If you haven't read the Word of God yet, will you go back to Matthew 11, 7 through 15? Just read it and look at verse 15 pretty heavily. And would you do that? Then the second thing is, it's just to pray to God. Talk to him. You know, speak to him and say, Lord, I want to hear what you have to say, and then be quiet before him. Sometime today, I know it's hard to do that, but sometime today, would you do that? Because when we do that, the people that he has created who have two ears may just maybe be able to listen to him and make the better choices than what we've done in the past. All right, guys, have a great day listening to God. Let's make sure that we're listening heavily, that we're staying quiet. Be in the Word of God. Pray. Listen. Those are good places to be. Have a great day.